to Aikerym, who's joining us live from Kazakhstan. How are you doing, Aikerym?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh,
Happy
amazing.
World Music Day.
Yes.
So my name is Aikerym. I'm from Kazakhstan. It's Central Asia. Maybe you guys don't know, near Russia and China. Yeah, and I'm a Dombra player. So this is the Dombra. It's our Kazakh traditional instrument. It's shaped like this, like you see, and it has two strings, only two, but you can do a lot of things on it.
Amazing. So, how long have you been playing that instrument?
For more than a decade, because I first learned it when I was 8 years old. I was introduced because this is as I said, a traditional instrument, and it is very well known. Everybody knows it, and it's part of our cultural identity. It is like it's been around for like 4,000 years or like that. So it's an ancient instrument, and our ancestors have been playing it, and it's been always there. So we have a lot, like we have a long and unfortunately sad history. And when people wanted to share or express their emotions or like their feelings, and there were like certain restrictions that they couldn't speak, I mean like talk about certain topics, they would express it playing the dombra. And so yeah, and that's how we still play it, and we use it in traditional like celebrations, ceremonies, and like events. People always like invite dombra players or singers, so you can also like sing while playing it. So yeah.
Great, amazing. So, how does it sound?
Yeah, so let me play Ki. So Ki is from Kazakh, a composition specifically made for the Dombra, and I hope you like it. That's one of the famous ones, and I can say it's a traditional one because it was composed by Davlet Girey, and it was composed in honor of like generally Turkic people, because I don't know, maybe you know, but we are generally very kind and helpful, and we try to help each other, and it's our tradition to welcome everyone and host like good guests. So that's why I guess he composed it.
Amazing. So, this might be the same for some of the people here. This is probably my first real introduction into, Kazakhstan music. Can
Mhm.
you tell us a bit about the kind of rhythms that are used in the traditional genres there?
Well, it you can like it is a mix of like for this one, it is like mix of certain things, and like also like the beginning part that I played, the slower, like the beginning, it was not really in original composition. It was added later on, but for the rhythms, it's different. It can be combined, but it's like also like there are two types of keys. So fast ones, the B, and slower ones where you play like this. And the rhythm differs like just like depending on the key you play. And as maybe you guys noticed, but we only use our wrist when we play, especially for the fast keys, the PM, the first type, just our wrist, and we don't like engage any other part of our hand. That gives us the speed to escalate. It enables us to play fast. And what we do is that we just play certain patterns, like strumming down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up. But when you play it faster, so it's when you play it fast, it sounds like and yeah, and we use only our two fingers, the index finger and then the thumb. When we play down, it's the index finger, thumb, up is with the thumb. And sometimes we play on one string only. So the melody, for example, for classical music, we also play Mozart, Turkish march. So it's one string. Like this. And it is usually accompanied with piano. So for like this kind of classical music or certain traditional different pieces, you play with the piano usually. So when I was in the music school, we often practiced with the piano. And for orchestras and ensembles, we played with a lot of instruments, with other traditional ones as well, like kobus. It's more like a violin. It's not a violin, but just like the concept. And we also have like traditional drums, I guess. And then we do play with like violins engaged in certain pieces. And yeah, and we just also like accompany each other. So there might be like a solo player, and then we just accompany with the, oh, what is the tuning? Good question. It's G and D as a standard tuning. G for the bottom and D top. But like a very good thing, it is very comfortable to tune. If you want to sing to your voice, you can just like really change to any tuning that suits your voice. You just have to like keep that correlation between G and D, like so for tones, I guess. And then the frets are half tones. We have 19 frets. And yeah, and then you can sing, play like pretty much anything. And I also wanted to show the second type of the key that is much slower and emotional, and there are like certain different techniques for that, for the second time. For example, as I said, we go with some thumb up when we play the first type. Let me just finish this. And then for the second type, we just go like this. So I just use my all fingers sometimes, and I just mainly use my index finger to go down and up. So, and easy tuning is that you just tune this part, this string, and then you can tune the second one, the upper, just pressing the fifth fret. They just have to sound identical, and that's it. So now I'm going to play, if you guys don't mind, the second type that is much slower, and it has a sad story behind it, but it is a lovely melody. Thank you. So it is relatively a new piece. So the composer is still alive, because most of the pieces that we have, it's from our ancestors, like from 100 years ago. But the story behind it is that like the son of the composer, he passed away, and he was so sad that, as I said, people express their emotions, feelings, what they can't say, like with words or like convey. So they just create it into and then play the music. And like the previous ones, also there are always like very interesting stories behind each like key. Like the pieces that I played before, the fast one, as I said, it is like when he went to another Turkic place area, he was like so welcome, so that's why he wrote it. And then we also have Aday, which is very, very like, it is the most famous key, everybody knows it here in Kazakhstan. It is also fast, and it imitates horse sounds, like horses, and then like the war, because we had to fight a lot for our independence, and we had heroes. So we don't call them soldiers, we say batar, but you don't have the word for that, so it's heroes. And they fought for our lands, for our like independence, and people like played this kind of keys to encourage them to tell the story that what's happening. Yeah, I can play that if you want. It is a fast one. Okay.
I would say, Aikerym, is it possible it'd be great to hear how the Kazakh language sounds in these songs as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Yes, so there's a good saying that like tells that this is a very important part of our like cultural identity. So it says, "Nağız Kazakh Kazakh емес, nağız Kazakh Dombra," which means that a real Kazakh is not a Kazakh, a real Kazakh is a Dombra. So it is the very like, it really demonstrates how it is like part of us, like the nation. And I can say some things like mені шақырғандарыңызға қуаныштымын. It means like, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, would it be great to hear if you were able to sing a tune accompanied by the Dombra?
Well, yeah, I don't do it professionally, but I know one song. I will just sing a little bit because I'm not a professional singer like that. So it is also a folk song, so no composer to it, like it's just like people know it, sing it. Yeah, it's called Guldirayim. So something like this. It is a traditional folk song, and we have a lot of them. People also, there's also like aitas, which means that people just, I don't know the word, like they freestyle, like they have a topic and then they just like come up maybe like talk about independence or talk about like that certain or like political issue, I guess, and then they just start singing, like replaying, and then they say da 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 da, da-dum, and then they go da-dum. So it is like also one of the very good traditions, I mean like music that we have, and it is like very appreciated, and it can be very like a battle, because two singers, they just like battle, and whoever wins, they get like a very good prize, like cars or houses like that. So yeah.
So what you're up to now with the Dombra University and your teaching and stuff like that, and what your mission is at the moment?
Yeah, so it is a very popular instrument in the country, but outside it is not well known. Like not many people know about it. But I've seen like foreigners from like mainly the United States, and then from like England as well, Australia. They want to like they stumble upon certain videos where the Dombra is played, and then they get interested, but there is nothing that like no resources, no like information to help them learn it. Also like just to get the instrument. So I want to help with that. It is like amazing to teach them, because like they get so excited to learn the instrument, and it is a like relatively easy instrument to learn because it has only 2 strings. It is like pretty much straightforward. You just have to press on the edges of the frets to have clean sounds. That's the main rule. Your wrist, and then yeah, that kind of thing. So they learn quickly, and I just enjoy the process. I want to help people know more about the Domra, and just like to involve as many people as possible, because it's very fun to play. It sounds beautiful. Well, like personally, I think like that. Sorry, I don't hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry. So are you building them, or are you shipping them out around the world? Are you?
So I work with the masters. We don't have like factories. Like maybe you guys have like a guitar like factories. I don't know, but we don't. And I work with masters who like kind of craft from scratch from certain like types of wood, and then yeah, I just help them ship it. So I just kind of communicate with the masters.
Cool. So if anyone wants to learn, I'm just going to type that in the chat now. So Dombra_uni in Instagram, if you want to connect with Aikerym and hear about some of her lessons, or even how to get hold of these instruments as well.
Even if you guys don't want to learn it, I mean, just like get in touch. I can send you some playlists of certain of keys, like compilations, great videos, like very professional, like 30 years experienced players. They play really like amazing. So yeah, I can share that as well.
Playlists would be great. I would definitely love to hear that. Does anyone have any last questions for Aikerym about the Dombra and this music and Kazakh's traditional stuff? You just unmute yourself, or
I have a quick question.
Hi.
Hi there. Thanks for sharing your music. It's really beautiful and awesome. My question is, are there other, I know in like some folk traditions, there's several different types of guitars or stringed instruments that are played. That's kind of like the guitar of the or the stringed instrument of that region, or are there other similar or different stringed instruments that are in the family of it?
That's a great question. Well, just first of all, this is like, it has become a standard version. So like when you say it, Dombra, it's like, that's what you see and get usually. But there is another kind of type. It's just like the shape is different. It's kind of more like a squared version. It's on like, it is widespread more on the western part of our country. But it is not that like well known or played. So that's usually what people play, like this shape. Kind of.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Definitely.
If that's it.
Nice. Are you finding the Dombra in kind of pop music and modern music as well?
Yeah, I mean, like there are no limitations. You can play pretty much everything, like even just like on one string. You can play soundtracks from the movies like Game of Thrones or like Pirates of Caribbean or something like this kind of thing. Yeah, and it is like easy to like just I don't know, it's like easy for me, I guess, because I have the experience, but it is not hard to learn, just to listen and then just kind of come up with the melody. So something like this, like it is soundtracks, and then you can also play like pop songs or like La Vie en Rose or like other French songs. You can also like imitate certain sounds. It can sound like a guitar sometimes, like for example, this one. And then you say da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da. You can just like play and sing. Yeah, and then just like pop songs, for example, like what the stars, Shawn Mendes, or like some maybe like who are the popular ones. You can like Ed Sheeran, you can play their music as well. You can't play chords because only 2 strings we have here, but still I think it sounds good.
Cool.
Just also one thing quickly, I just wanted to share that you can also imitate the sounds of animals, like horses, but also like birds. We have this beautiful piece, the swan, and you can just like, it's a different tuning, by the way. It's G and C instead of D, but then you can play. You see, it's like this kind of little sounds that you can do, and then you can also do some tricks as well, like you can just play only with your left hand, and with your right you can just like do some movements, tricks. I guess it looks beautiful.
Amazing. Well, look, thanks so much. It's great to meet you first off and hear about the music. I can see lots of nice comments in there.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
Especially compliments on your voice as well.
Oh, I'm not a professional singer, but thank you so much. I don't.
Yeah. I think to get hold of the playlist would be definitely something I'd be very interested in.
Yeah, I can definitely share that.
Mm-hmm. Because without someone like yourself who has the knowledge, we're just kind of blindly looking on search engines for Kazakhstani music, and who knows what we're going to come up with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, cool. All right, well,
okay,
yeah. So you've got so yeah, if you want to check out Dombra_uni on Instagram. Is that the best place people can reach you?
Yes, for now, yes.
Cool.
We're having a little bit of an issue with Facebook, but Instagram is good for now.
Cool. All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Aikerym. Pleasure.
Thank you.